Autoline Daily is brought to you by Bridgestone, passion for excellence.
Here are today's top headlines. GM takes a big step towards Chapter 11. Visteon is expected to file within weeks, and Honda and Mazda are going to ask the Japanese government for money. Up next, we'll be back with the news behind the headlines. This is Autoline Daily for Thursday, March 5th, 2009, and now the news. Looks like General Motors just took another step towards a Chapter 11 bankruptcy. When the company announced its year-end earnings, it issued a warning saying it expected its auditors to question whether GM was still a going concern, i.e., questioning whether it could stay in business. And that's just what happened. GM's independent auditor, Deloitte Touche, went through the books and said they have a substantial doubt GM can continue as a going concern. At the end of the month, GM has to present its turnaround plans to Congress, showing it can be a viable company going forward. But after this auditor's report, no one in Congress is going to believe GM can make it without a Chapter 11 restructuring. And speaking of bankruptcy, Visteon is next on the list. The big supplier company that used to be part of Ford is going to be delisted from the New York Stock Exchange tomorrow because the NYSE expects Visteon to file for bankruptcy in a matter of weeks. Visteon stock traded as high as $5 a share last spring. Today, it's at 7 cents a share. The Detroit Free Press reports that American Axle may be the next supplier to get delisted from the NYSE, and all this may signal the collapse of the supplier industry that we've been talking about for months here on Autoline Daily. Tuesday, we reported Toyota had asked the Japanese government for a loan, and now Honda and Mazda may do the same. Bloomberg reports that Honda would use the money to lend to U.S. car buyers, and Mazda needs the funds mainly for its American and European operations. No word yet on how much money the two companies are seeking. And speaking of Honda, the company that builds hybrids just introduced a Class 8 semi-truck hybrid diesel into its fleet to deliver parts to part centers and dealers. The truck is manufactured by Peterbilt and is expected to save 45 tons a year in carbon dioxide emissions compared to its diesel counterpart. The diesel hybrid system was developed by the Eaton Corporation. And just in case owning Land Rover and Jaguar are not enough, Ward's reports that Tata is planning on building a luxury car of its own to sell in India. Company honcho Ratan Tata made the announcement in Geneva on the same day the automaker premiered the European version of its Nano mini car. As strange as a Tata luxury car sounds, the story gets even more unbelievable. Pininfarina is already working on the design of the car, which is called the Prima. And the more I learn about Tata, the more I like it, as long as they don't go Chapter 11. Last week we showed you the all-new Mercedes-Benz E-Class. Well, now the company has revealed a coupe version of the car at the Geneva Motor Show. It'll share the same mechanical parts with its sedan sibling, but it's wrapped in a design that's swoopier and more emotional. Adding to the style, all of the windows are fully retractable and no B-pillars intrude into the daylight opening, which makes the profile look clean and improves visibility for the driver. Coming up next, a look at BMW's redesigned Z4. We'll be back right after this.
Changing tires out here could be dangerous, but with these tires, I don't need to worry.
Bridgestone.
For 2009, BMW has redesigned and restyled its Z4 Roadster. Like before, it promises a great driving experience, but now it's more comfortable and convenient. Half the fun of a Roadster is having the wind in your hair and the sun on your face. Making that possible is a retractable hardtop, the first time Z4 has had a metal roof. The two-piece unit made out of aluminum can be opened in only 20 seconds. The biggest news about the Z4 probably is its styling. I was wowed by the design when I saw it up close at the Detroit Auto Show. The new look is aggressive, but it still has those characteristic Roadster features, like a long hood and a low stance. Its taut lines make last year's Z4 look like a cream puff in comparison. The body's angular shapes are carried over to the interior, where the dashboard and door panels have similar swoops. Much of the switchgear is brand new, and the car has the latest version of iDrive. BMW is known for its inline sixes, and the 2009 Z4 offers two different flavors. Both displays 3 liters, but one uses twin turbos and direct injection to pump out 300 horsepower. The other is naturally aspirated with 255 horses. A 6-speed manual transmission is available with either engine, while a dual-clutch 7-speed automatic is available with the turbo. No word yet on pricing, but the new car will probably cost slightly more than this year's model, which starts at about $37,000. That's it for today's show, but one more thing before I sign off. This week's trivia question is a doozy. We challenge you to name the car pictured here. So far, no one has answered it correctly. If you don't know what kind of car it is, that's okay. Submit a funny or clever answer anyway. If no one gets it right, we'll choose an answer like that or one that we like. As always, we'll announce the winner on tomorrow's Autoline Daily, so good luck. And that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Visit our website for even more great content all week long. Autoline Extra, Dawn's Journal, podcasts, and even more. So click over and get the inside view at AutolineDetroit.tv.